All right, let's talk about something that pretty much shapes our entire financial world, credit. We're going to break down exactly how it works, pull back the curtain, and show you how to make it a tool that works for you, not against you. So let's just dive right in with a situation that I think a lot of us can relate to. You know that feeling when you see that one thing you've just got to have, and suddenly that little piece of plastic in your wallet feels like it has superpowers? So picture this. You just bought those amazing, top-of-the-line $549 headphones. You swipe your card, done. Now let's say you decide to just pay the bare minimum each month. How long do you think it's going to take to actually pay them off? A year, maybe 2? Go ahead, take a guess. I mean, it's just so easy, right? A simple tap, a quick swipe, and you're walking out of the store with the latest and greatest. But what is the real, hidden cost of that split-second decision? Get ready for this. 4.5 years. Seriously, 4.5 years to pay off a single pair of headphones. By the time you're done, they'll be practically ancient tech. And that, right there, is the sneaky, dangerous trap of the minimum payment. And here is where it really hurts your wallet. It's not just the time. You end up paying over $324 extra in interest. That's more than half the original price, all for the privilege of paying it off slowly. So how on earth does that happen? To really get why that headphone example is so shocking, we need to understand the basic machinery of the credit system itself. Let's decode it.
Okay, so at its heart, credit is really just a simple idea. It's basically an IOU. You get something you want right now, and you make a promise to pay for it later. And interest? Well, that's just the fee the bank charges you for the convenience of using their money in the meantime.
But here's the secret weapon, or maybe the secret poison that drives up the cost: compound interest. It's like a snowball rolling downhill. You don't just pay interest on the money you borrowed. You start paying interest on your interest. It's an incredibly powerful force when you're saving money. But when you owe money, it can be absolutely brutal. And this graph shows it all. Simple interest is that straight, predictable blue line. But compound interest? That's the orange curve that just takes off and shoots for the moon. This is exactly why those minimum payments barely even touch your original balance for a long, long time. Now, speaking of power, access to this financial tool hasn't always been fair or equal. Let's do a quick history pop quiz. When do you think it became legal for a woman in the United States to get her own credit card without needing her dad or her husband to co-sign for her? 1974. Let that sink in. This isn't ancient history we're talking about. Someone who was 18 years old back then is just hitting retirement age today. It's a pretty powerful reminder of how new this idea of financial independence really is for millions of people.
And this was the law that changed everything: the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. It made it illegal for lenders to discriminate, and it helped turn credit into what it should be: a fundamental tool for economic freedom for everyone.
So, knowing the backstory is one thing. But to really play the credit game and win, you have to know the rules. And lucky for us, those rules are written down for everyone to see. This little table right here, this is your absolute best friend when you're shopping for a new credit card. It's called a Schumer box, and it's legally required. It forces companies to lay out all the important stuff, the rates, the fees, in a clear, standardized way. No more hiding the important details in the super fine print. And inside that box, you've got to look for these key terms. The purchase APR is your normal interest rate. But watch out for the penalty APR. Miss a payment, and they can jack your rate way up. The grace period, though, that's your secret weapon. If you pay your bill in full inside that window, you pay 0 interest, not a single penny. Then, once you have the card, this document becomes your monthly report card. Your statement isn't just a bill to be paid, it's a complete breakdown of your spending, and it has a built-in warning system. And check this out. Lenders are now required to put this late payment warning right on your statement. Does it look familiar? Yep, it's a personalized version of our AirPods example, showing you exactly how many years and how much money it'll cost you if you only pay the minimum. It's a reality check delivered to you every single month. So, all this activity, every payment you make, every dollar you borrow, it doesn't just vanish into thin air. It's all being watched, tracked, and boiled down into one incredibly powerful number. And that number is your credit score. The easiest way to think about it is like a GPA for your finances. It's a score that tells lenders, hey, how trustworthy is this person with money? The higher your score, the less risky you look, and that unlocks better interest rates on pretty much everything, from a new car to your first house. So what's the secret recipe for a great score? Well, it's not a secret at all. Just look at this chart. The biggest piece of the pie, a whopping 35%, is just your payment history. It really boils down to one simple question. Do you pay your bills on time? Everything else matters, but nothing, and I mean nothing, is more important than that.
And you really want to protect that history, because a mistake isn't just a temporary setback. One late payment, one account that goes to collections, that negative mark can stick around and haunt your credit report for 7, sometimes even 10 years.
Okay, so we've seen the risks, we've learned the rules. Now for the most important part. Let's talk strategy. How do you actually win this game, especially if you're already carrying some debt?
First off, if you're carrying a balance month to month, you need to know you are absolutely not alone. Just look at these numbers for undergrads. 38% are carrying debt, and a full 22% are stuck in that minimum payment trap. Only a small fraction, 17%, are paying their cards off in full every month.
So if you're in that boat, there are 2 main strategies to get out. You've got the snowball method, where you attack your smallest debt first, regardless of the interest rate. It's all about getting a quick win to build momentum and motivation. Then there's the avalanche method. This is pure math. You target the debt with the highest interest rate, which will save you the most money in the long run. There's no one right answer here. One is about psychology, the other is about math. So the question is, what motivates you more, a quick victory or long-term savings? Your answer to that is your first step to taking back control.